Brooks Koepka throws up a picture on social media of him with 4 of his Ryder Cup teammates with some LIV swag on. And what the heck? What are we supposed to think? Here's what we think. Is Brooks just toying with everybody? Trolling the whole world? He likes to do that. Thank you, Brooks, for having a personality. What else could possibly be going on in here? Is he trying to make a point? Probably so. Rattle a cage? Probably so. Just mess with a friend? Maybe 2 friends. He likes to do that too. Let's consider that. Yeah, okay, so we got A, B, C. A, make a point. B, rattle a cage. C, mess with a friend. D, and I'm looking down here at my list, announce his new LIV team. That would be option D, announce a new LIV team. E, throw open a new opportunity of some kind. Throw the door wide open to a new opportunity of some kind. That's our first question. Our next big question is, why did the guys agree to do this? Essentially, these shirts say Smash Golf Club on them. Okay, great. Essentially, they might as well say LIV Golf across the front in big letters. LIV Golf from the Ryder Cup. Okay, that's not nothing. These 4 guys, Brooks, of course, it's not anything to Brooks. He plays on LIV Golf. But these 4 guys, they had to consider that. I don't care if they'd been through a few cocktails or a couple bottles of wine at this point after the Ryder Cup had ended. Why did they agree to do this? A couple of things are obvious. A, they're good friends with Brooks. Nobody's going to do that for somebody they don't like. I mean, why would I do that? Even if it's neutral to me, I'm doing it for your part of your, at the very least, prank. I would only do that because you're my buddy, and I'm happy to do that. Sure, you want me to do some fun? No problem. But these guys are also professionals playing on a different tour at the Ryder Cup, which is, the PGA Tour All-Star game, so to speak. We've said that many times before. So why would they agree to do that? Well, that'll be the next set of things we go through. There'll be 4 choices there, A, B, C, and D, as to why the guys agreed. But what's Brooks up to? Is he trying to make a point? Yes. Yes, we think so. What would that point be? The players are unified. We're the professional players here, and we got, as a group, bamboozled. Let's put it that way. That's a nice way of there's a lot of ways you could put it that are very colorful. We won't do that here. This is a family-friendly show. But the players got bamboozled over this whole LIV Golf thing, and they got bamboozled by the PGA Tour leadership. So what's the point? The players are together. Here we are at the Ryder Cup, which is a PGA of America event, biggest event in global golf, biggest single event in global golf, biggest ratings draw, and that includes all the majors, maybe except with the Masters. And we got walloped today over the whole 3 days, really. And here we are together. And these guys are wearing LIV swag to say the players see golf as pro golf. So don't try to drive any wedges between us. You guys are negotiating a joint venture between the PIF and the PGA Tour. Great. Keep doing that. And information's coming out, and that might play into something that Brooks was thinking too. That's point A. So yes, he was making a point. Point B, is he rattling a cage? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. A few cages, right? Whose cage would be rattled and why? Well, certainly Jay Monahan's cage would be rattled first. Is anybody at Ponte Vedra cheering that this photograph came out? No, it doesn't help them in any way, really. It ticks off a lot of diehard PGA Tour fans, and we've seen that already on X and other social media outlets. So whose cage is he rattling? Jay Monahan's. First and foremost, we'll leave it at that. There's a few other cages, yeah, but Jay Monahan's cage is being rattled. And, Brooks is maybe he means that in a jocular way, maybe a little more than that, probably just a little more than that. But it's certainly just a, Jay, don't mess with my friends, the players. Again, I already did my thing and made a bundle of money going to LIV, and I'm enjoying it over there, and it's prepping me for the majors. I've won a major now as a LIV member. It's all good, and I'm all for this joint venture, which will filter into our points with the guys agreeing to do this shot. Mess with a friend. Option C. Option A, make a point. Option B, rattle a cage. Option C, mess with a friend. Now, this was where it really gets interesting, and I give Dark Star all the credit on this one because he threw it out when we were huddling over what this picture could mean and the multiple things that it means. Mess with a friend. Who would that be? Tiger Woods. Brooks Koepka is dishing it to Tiger Woods in a friendly way. Connect the dots for us, will you, B team? Yeah. Who does Tiger represent right now in his golfing world? What is he the king of, or the CEO of, or the leader of, unequivocally? Tomorrow Sports. Tomorrow Sports starts in January. That year went fast, didn't it? In January, they're starting their team inside on the simulator tournaments. So they're probably hustling to get that facility finished in West Palm, in the area where Brooks lives. And some of these other guys live. We'll go through that with the photograph itself. Tiger Woods is taking a shot here because who is connect the dots, B team. Here I go. Who's standing with Brooks in the photograph? Rickie Fowler, Max Homa, Xander Schauffele, and Sam Burns. Well, those first three guys, what do they have in common? Rickie Fowler, Max Homa, Xander Schauffele. They've all announced that they're playing in Tomorrow Sports League, the team event on the simulator. Who else has a team competition and a team league? Brooks Koepka at LIV. So here you have Tiger's guys in Tomorrow Sports on those teams. The LA Golf Club, the Boston Golf Club, whatever. They've started naming them, in fact. And the names aren't bad, actually. And we don't know who's on what team yet. As far as I know, we don't know. And that'll be interesting to see who. But here's Koepka at the Ryder Cup with Tiger's guys. And he's taking a picture with his team swag on Tiger's guys. Now that is an awesomely funny, excellent, Brooks. Really appreciate that. That is an excellent twist, jab, stick it to you in a funny way. I'm sure he can't wait to bump into Tiger. Maybe even Tiger texted him after seeing that, like, you, whatever. And they had words and laughed. And it'll be a great time to have a beer and talk about that. But, I've taken your guys, Tiger. I'll try to let you know when I've commandeered the rest of your league into my team here in LIV. So very, very funny. Great messing with a friend, and Brooks likes to do that. Announce his new team. Option D. Actually use this as a genuine opportunity to announce a new lineup for Smash Golf Club on LIV. No. That's incredibly unlikely, to the point that we're just dismissing that as an option. So we're going to cross D off. But it is funny, and of course D makes it all work. It's not a funny prank, let's call it. It's not funny unless there's truth in it. And the truth that D announcing a new team for LIV could be true makes it funny. So no, he's not doing that. There's legal reasons and there's other reasons. And those guys are not prepared to, make a career decision on Instagram and Twitter. That's not going to happen on X. So Fowler, Homa, those guys, Schauffele, Burns, they're not doing that either. But it is funny. And we'll get to why they agreed to do it. So that's not happening. E. And the language. Let's throw that in there. There's good faith language required or in the framework agreement that the guys are working out. So Piff and PGA Tour, Ed and Jimmy on the PGA Tour side, and not Jay, soon to be gone Jay, and Piff, Yasser Al-Ryan, are all working diligently, and their teams, let's get real. The whole legal teams, many, many, many people working on this agreement to get it done before the end of the year, even sooner than that, so they can get rolling. And in that agreement, of course, in any agreement where you're trying to have a joint venture and work as a team, it says, hey, we're all going to do this in good faith. Well, that means something legally. You can't be doing things that are in bad faith. And recruiting players, poaching players away from one another would be bad faith. Now, yes, we're aware they took the non-solicitation out of the framework agreement in July, a technical point. But for those with they're watching that, and we know there are some of you out there watching that, good for you. That's smart. That language was removed kind of quietly, but it did make the press that they took the non-solicitation out because the Department of Justice of the United States asked them to. Fine, because they said, oh, it's not competitive. You're going to get in trouble. But they don't need it. They have good faith. They don't need it. So they're working towards an agreement in good faith, and that's what is covered by this. Okay. Option E for Brooks. Why did he do it? Throw open a new opportunity. All right, let's dial back a couple minutes. Who's he messing with? Tiger. Well, okay, let's take that a step further because there's more truth in this. That's why it's funny to Brooks and Tiger. Maybe I want to be on one of your teams, Tiger. Maybe I want to be the captain of one of your teams at Tomorrow Sports. I'm right here in Jupiter Palm Beach. I can drive over to the facility in 7 minutes on a Monday night. It'd be great. I'd love it. It'd be good for me, Brooks Koepka. It'd be great for you. I'm a top player, and I'm not there. It's another money-making opportunity, but it's a business opportunity, and I can hang out with all my buds once a week when you have these things. I'd really like to do that. So what's he do? He gets Tiger's players who are present, who are willing to do the photo, Homa, Fowler, and Schauffele, and puts them in his LIV team gear. Funny. And then tells Tiger, yeah, I'd like to be the captain of one of your Tomorrow Sports squads. Now, maybe they've talked about it already, you would think, or at least in passing. Maybe not. Either way, it's funny. It's a funny way of saying, hey, I'm interested. And since we're all one big happy family between LIV and the PGA Tour, there's plenty of room for me to do a Monday night gig. In fact, Brooks Koepka, have way more time than your other guys, JT, Rahm. Those guys are busy. They got to play in a lot of events. They got a lot to do. Whereas I have my schedule set. It's very nicely spread around the majors, so I can focus on what I want to focus on. So I'm happy to take on another team. I'm already captain of the LIV team. I can be a captain of Tomorrow Sports team too. And maybe these are my guys. Maybe this is the core of my team. Maybe it's my team. They're 3-man teams, but in Tomorrow Sports. But I can captain this team. Maybe I can be a playing captain. I don't know. Let's talk. So which one of those is true? A, B, C, D, E. Well, we don't have an all of the above because we struck out D, which is announcing a new LIV Smash golf team. But the others are all true at the same time. So that's why it was a great prank for Brooks to pull off. Thanks, Brooks, again, for having a personality. Easily the more interesting thing that came out of Ryder Cup weekend. So thank you, Brooks. Let's move on to the other guys. So, yeah, Brooks, they're all... Was another point, was this impromptu or planned? We think it was spontaneous. We think they walked under the sign that said captain's office or whatever it says there. I have the photograph right here at my fingertips, hopefully. Yeah, captain's office, it says above them. So maybe they're strolling through the hotel and it says captain's office, and Koepka's like, hey, let's do something. This will be funny. And he explains to the guys, here's what I'm thinking. We're unified. They are all buddy over there and agreeing on these points. So he just makes it clear, hey, I got some Smash shirts. Let's do this. And they all went, okay. Now, it's pretty amazing, not that Brooks did this, but they all agreed. That's the really interesting part about it, besides the funny part, which we just went through. But all four of those guys, I guess you'd have to say they don't have a lot at risk, or they perceive that they have no risk, no downside in doing this. But they still did it. So, it says that they're pretty close friends, or they just became a lot closer maybe during this trip to Rome. That's very possible. Nothing makes you pull together like playing in a high-pressure match, and especially one where you get walloped, because you have to pull together to hang together and commiserate together, even more so than winning together. So you learn a lot about people when the chips are down. So why'd the guys agree? A, B, C, D. You got 4 choices, and here's where we'll put it together for you. Make a point. Option A, why did the guys agree? Make a point. We're all unified. So this is now a sales point from Koepka to the guys. Hey, we're all unified. The players are in this together. The players want to make more money. Who's bringing a lot of money to the table? The PIF. Everybody knows it. It's professional sports. That's the whole idea. That's not a charity. It's not the Red Cross. They're playing for money. So bringing more money to the table is good for everybody. You don't turn down money when you're a professional athlete. You accept the money. Okay, unless it's got unacceptable characteristics about it, like you have to go play in Siberia or something, and this is not that. They put together a quality league with quality courses, and it's run the same or similar way to the PGA Tour as far as the tournament staging. It looks and feels a lot the same. It's 54 holes versus 72 holes is an important detail, but I get to go first class, play in a nice course, play in a nice tournament with a good field, potentially a great field, getting better all the time, and make a bunch of money. This looks a lot like every other, possibility that I could fulfill in my golf career. Yeah, that's why they did it. We've had a lot of shows on the fact that it's why that is. So the guys are also making a point. We're together. We're unified. Nothing says that more than a PGA Tour player really like Max Homa, really. Let's pick on him. I mean, Fowler and Schauffele were, discussed, and we're still perplexed why Fowler didn't go to LIV and take the probably $75 million payday. Now it's not $75 million, and that's got to sting a little. He's been compensated well in the meantime, but not that well. So this is a little rough for Rickie, among others. But Homa is sort of one of the guys that the PGA Tour has been pushing up to the top, trying really hard to make him a star. And he played well at the Ryder Cup, and now he's got LIV Golf shirt on. I mean, to the way that the world's looking at this, not me and you, but it might as well say LIV Golf on it. And here's Homa wearing this thing. So he's making that point too, that this is the players are unified. Option B, rattle a cage. These are looking a lot like Brooks's. Yes, the Brooks has many of the same reasons for doing this as they do. That's why they did it. They agreed on the big points. So rattle a cage. Yeah, who do the guys want to rattle? Who does Fowler, Homa, Schauffele, Burns want to rattle more than anybody else? Jay Monahan, the figurehead of the PGA Tour. We're going to have to say it. Screwing them out of big money. And then when the PGA Tour leadership had a chance to make huge money with the same group, they did it. Now, we all know this, but when you put it that starkly, which I'm sure some of these guys have had these words with Monahan or Jimmy Dunn, maybe even Ed Hurley, he probably not, but he's keeping his distance, but with Jimmy Dunn too. You guys told us not to take the money from PIF, and the first chance you had to take the money from PIF, you did. So you're getting a cool $1 billion or $2 billion, and my $75 million, Rickie Fowler, is gone. Okay, that's bad feelings, and legitimately bad feelings. So this is a great way to stick it to Jay in a funny, but not so funny way, now that we're all coming together. So that's a nice little element to this. Rattle the cage. Rattle Jay's cage. All right, option C. So option A was make a point. We're unified. Option B, rattle Jay's cage. Option C, announce that they're joining LIV. So this would be Fowler, Homa, and the guys taking this opportunity from the Ryder Cup to throw on a LIV shirt and say, we're joining LIV. Yeah, no, that's not what's going on here. But that, again, that's the critical element, is that was the charade had to be there. It had to be some truth to it, or it wouldn't be funny. Nobody would have paid attention. So if it said we're taking a taxi to the airport, nobody would have cared. But LIV Golf on these four guys? Yeah. So again, really cool, funny idea. But no, they're not using it as an opportunity to join the Smash Golf Club and go over to LIV. Option D for the guys, throw open a new opportunity. Again, these are all lining up with Brooks, right? That's why they all did it. They're all of one mind, as we say. Throwing open, it's the same opportunity. Fowler, Homa, and Schauffele are already in tomorrow. Maybe they want to bring Brooks in. Maybe they were talking about that. These guys were talking about shop. Of course they're talking shop over there. That's what they do for a living. Hey, how's it going on LIV? They've already talked about that a million times. And Brooks is like, hey, it's all good. Who only knows what they're talking about? But it's probably some very interesting granular details that are meaningful to guys that make their living doing this and look after their families and all of that and create a legacy. Even a financial empire. In the case of Koepka, I mean, he's well on his way to having a financial empire. Good for him. So throw open an opportunity this with tomorrow's sports. So let's circle back to tomorrow's sports starting in January. The TGL League, I guess is what it's called, Tomorrow Golf League with the teams. Now we'll pay closer attention. Maybe Koepka is very serious about going over there. And these guys, particularly these guys, are happy to have him on board, which sends another message to Tiger. And we'll take a minute to say that Fowler lives right there in the Jupiter area. Homa does not. Homa's in Scottsdale. So that's an interesting wrinkle. And Schauffele, I think Schauffele's in Jupiter as well. You guys, let me know or let us know. I'm not totally clear on Xander's main residence, nor am I clear on Sam Burns' main residence. But if they're in Jupiter as well, then there's more of the story. But Fowler is. So it's nice to live right there where the facility for Tomorrow Sports is going to be or is, and all these events are going to take place. And it's for Brooks, I think it's as much about if he's serious about it. And apparently he is. If we're reading this right, and we'd like to think that we are, that it's as much a chance to hang out with the guys because that's fun. And obviously some of his good friends are on the PGA Tour, good. He's on LIV, good. And they see each other, at least 4 times a year, more now that the joint venture is going to happen. They'll see each other at the Players. They'll see each other at some other places probably, at least there. So that's 5 times a year, good. And this Tomorrow thing would be great. That's another great place to yuck it up. They'll have a nice little fluidity to it, have dinner after, whatever the nuances of how it actually happens, because it's a live event. That'll be fun. For Koepka, and maybe he sees it that way. So we love the picture. We wanted to get something out quickly on it. Keep it up, Brooks. Keep it up. Some more jabs we'd love to see. We got a good laugh out of it. Got everybody's attention. We like that. And as soon as we see something else, we'll get back to our audience with our analysis. If you're a fan of the show, be sure to subscribe to our new audio podcast, Unfiltered and Off Script. That is where you will get all of our show prep material, wide-ranging conversation on how we come up with these topics, what we choose to zero in on that makes it to the video and the YouTube format, as well as topics that'll never get to YouTube. And there are a lot of those that we like to talk about that'll never make it to YouTube. So look in the description below for the link over to Substack. That's where you can subscribe to the podcast. And thank you again for being a fan.